This might be the most explosive news of the week, igniting the internet worldwide. The assassination of Trump. As I've mentioned many times, I don't like discussing politicals and related topics, but this is just too shocking to ignore. No matter where you are, you can see that iconic photo. It's everywhere. So today, let's dive into it and see how Chinese netizens are reacting to this incident. Hello, 大家好 welcome to my channel. It's me again, Rich Lee. I'm a self-English learner from China. I have been learning it for more than 3 years now, but unfortunately, I haven't found any opportunities to use it in my daily life. I feel it's such a waste of time since I've been learning it for so long. So I created this channel to talk English for practice. I'm talking about anything that I'm interested in and make some new friends from all over the world. Maybe. So today's topic is the assassination of Trump. But before that, I needed to put some muffs on. I'm just an English learner who talks about anything I found interesting to practice my English. Like I always say, I don't want to create any conflict. So if I said anything inappropriate, please correct me. All the opinions and views in this video come from my limited knowledge and experience, as well as the attitudes of Chinese internet users that I can observe. I'll categorize them to some extent, but they can't represent. But they can't represent everyone. They can't represent everyone. They can't represent everyone. Important things are said 3 times because this is a country with a population of 1.4 billion. If you have no concept of that number, imagine if each person gave you $1, you'd become a billionaire. If you received $1 per second, it would take 44 years. So these are just the ignorant views of one of the most ordinary people among billions. Meant for practicing and a bit of fun. Since Trump took office, there has been an increase in American news on the Chinese internet. However, for most ordinary people, it's not so much about caring for politicals, but more about seeing him as a comedy actor for entertainment, especially with his China, China, China remarks. Of course, he brought us some trouble, like initiating a trade war. But we also have to thank his sanctions, which made a homebody like me realize the development of China's tech industry. I've always been an Apple fan, using Apple 5, 6, 7, and now 15. I'm also a fan of the American gaming and film industries. I've mentioned my collection of figures from these games and movies many times. Before 2019, I also thought Chinese phones worked very good, breaking easily. Before switching to Apple, I used Xiaomi phones, but sorry Xiaomi, they always became sluggish within a year, so I didn't like using them. Of course, it was many years ago. After that, I didn't pay attention to domestic phones, and I always feel Chinese movies and games couldn't compare to American ones. I prefer Chinese stories, but in terms of high-tech effects and high-tech sci-fi movies, the US was far ahead. To date, we've only produced one, The Wandering Earth. Thanks to Trump, I started paying attention to the local electronic industry again, learning what Huawei was up to, and understanding the progress of the domestic phone industry. I learned that DJI is a Chinese company and realized that China's electric vehicle industry is leading the world, even to the point where administrative measures are needed to suppress it. I also found out that Chinese apps are giving them headaches. This is the reason they gave him a Chinese name, which is Chuan Jianguo. A typical Chinese man's name directly means built the country, but it's just for fun. He's the biggest entertainment star in China. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend. I don't like turning other countries' president into a stand-up comedy act, but in your previous presidential debate, they called each other losers, attacked each other and each other's family as criminals. spent extensive time and effort discussing each other's personal lives, even treating rumors as facts, rather than focusing on the nation's policies and the future. This should be a very serious matter because it concerns not only who becomes president, but also the future of the entire country and the fundamental rights of its people. But now it's becoming more and more entertaining. Of course, this has the benefit of attracting more attention, especially from those who can vote but never do. This is one reason why there's more related content on the Chinese internet. Perhaps we watch with a lighter attitude since it doesn't affect us much. Maybe. We just find it amusing. We learned that the person who attempted to assassinate Trump was a 20-year-old kid and that innocent spectators were accidentally injured or even killed. I was truly shocked but not surprised. This is one of the consequences of political entertainment. People only see things in black and white, especially young people whose worldviews, values, and life perspectives are still unstable. It's easy for them to turn their inner hatred into extreme actions. But attempting to assassinate a former president and a presidential candidate is still shocking. There are discussions about conspiracy theories on Chinese internet platforms, speculating who really did it. Although the perpetrator has been identified, a lot of them believe there is a deeper plot. I think this is the same worldwide. The first theory is that this was orchestrated by Trump himself for the election. But I think that's highly unlikely, and most Chinese netizens don't believe it either. It's simple. The margin for error is too low. Trump may be crazy, but not to the extent of risking his life for such a show. I don't know much about guns, but hitting an elderly man who is always moving his body in the air from over 150 meters is fantastical. The live playback and subsequent 3D simulations indicate that his sudden head turn saved him from fatal injury, which is almost impossible to stage. Besides, his momentum surpasses Biden's, so he doesn't need such a risky trick. He just needs to keep verbally sparring with Biden. Even if he loses the election, he can still live out his life as a billionaire. So there's no need to put himself in such a high-risk situation. Some say it was a Biden team because he appeared to be the biggest beneficiary, but most netizens don't believe this either because this is even more serious than Trump castrating it himself. If they really did it, that bullet will be aimed at American democracy, not just their opponent. And even if they succeed in assassinating Trump, it wouldn't guarantee their election success. This isn't something a normal team would do. There are many other heated discussions, mostly related to politicals, which I don't understand and I don't want to talk about. But overall, everyone believes Trump has already won the election and will become the US president again, bringing us more comedy shows. Just kidding. Interestingly, there have been many creative adaptations and parodies of that iconic photo. I also saw some professional analysis about the photo from artistic, scientific, religious, political, and historical perspectives. Perhaps besides Trump, Ivan Vuch is another big winner. He is already a Pulitzer Prize winner, and his photograph collection is excellent. I admire his courage to stay calm and perform his duty in such a chaotic scene. I once read a book about war photographers, introduced many great war photographers like Robert Capa and Andrew Feldman. They risked their lives in the most dangerous places to provide us with precious visual records of war, giving us a glimpse of its brutality. It's a little digression. Anyway, this iconic photo will probably be recorded in history. Another interesting point is that the camera used to take that photo, along with the engine's gun standard, hats, shoes, and other equipment have also gained fame. My friends and colleagues are clearly more interested in this but are deterred by their prices. There's much more to discuss about Trump because he's now a big star on the Chinese internet with tons of content about him and many humorous videos. But due to time constraints, we can't cover everything this time. Maybe next time we can do a reaction video showing you some of Trump's works on Chinese internet platforms. If you wanted to see that, remember to like and comment to let me know. That's all for today's video. I will keep on updating and practicing and bring you more true stories from here. Anything you want me to talk, please leave a comment and let me know what you think about these topics as well as help me to improve this channel. I really appreciate it. And if I made any mistakes that confused you, please correct me. And I'm sorry if I said anything wrong. So until next time, stay safe, stay positive, and peace. 再见，拜拜。